It's the gayest podcast ever.
Hello and welcome to the gayest podcast ever. I'm Josh and I'm here with
Eric and CJ.
Hello. How are we?
I almost just laughed.
Okay, I barely made it through that intro without just laughing, so I'm really glad. I was like, and then I was like, say your name, and then you can just laugh off the mic. I'm giddy.
Someone's in a good mood.
Girl,
Mother Nature is being a bitch tonight.
She went back to early spring.
We had a week of summer, and it's like, whoa, let's go back.
Whoa. Yeah, everyone at work today was feeling it too. They were either tired or just pissed at everything.
Oh yeah,
I told Josh it's rainy, so everyone that's been putting off everything for the past week that they've been wanting to do because it's been nice out is doing it today.
Yeah.
I was just watching the Great British Bake Off because I was like, I just need something easy and dour. And they never get higher than a 4 decibel. They're just very even keeled. Because I was like, yeah, it was a weird. It's. And I knew it was going to rain all day. The forecast called for it, but I still wasn't emotionally prepared for that journey. I almost made a cup of tea, and I was like,
"Oh, I had a cup of tea today."
Did you? I was like, "Oh, this is
lovely." I wish I had a cup. A
cup of Joe, cup of tea, cup of.
I did have
They don't call tea Joe.
I did my.
Do they have a funny name for tea?
I don't know. Let's start spilling some tea.
Okay.
Well, speaking of spilling some tea, what cup? We can talk about whose cup overfloweth. Oh, and that would be Jesse Williams. Jesse Williams.
He's serving for 4.
Dr. Jackson Avery, Grey's Anatomy fame. He's on a Broadway play, which was recently nominated for 11 Tonys.
Yeah.
Nominated for a bunch. He was nominated, two of his co-stars, Best Play. It's about a closeted baseball player. And in one of the scenes...
Well, the whole play is set in a men's locker room. So.
Correct. Because it's it's about a baseball player who's closeted. And so a lot of it's locker room. And apparently in one of the scenes... There is a shower scene, which I don't know how they do that on Broadway, but that's the magic.
It's rated magic of plays.
Yeah. He's fully nude, and there's no phones allowed in. I found out this beforehand. There's no phones allowed in. They do something or take them or whatever. Well, someone snuck one in, and they were in the second row. They were pretty damn close, and they got a snap of Jesse Williams and all of his
little videos
glory
in all of his kickstand.
Yeah.
He was doing yoga. No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't condone taking photos of people in the nude when they're not around, but if you look like Jesse Williams, I get you're going to be a little mad, but I'm sure his phone's not going to stop ringing.
You think the first row had to sign a waiver? This is a wrecking ball.
In case they were physically harmed by it?
His DMs were probably blowing up before, but now, damn.
So they have those little pouches that when you go in, you're supposed to put your phone in, they seal it, and then at the end, you get it back. Well, I mean, if you're working and you have a work phone, it's so easy. Oh, here's my work phone.
Right.
And then you take your personal phone in or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I would take a burner in to get that shit on film.
I don't know, though. I mean, I guess, they probably couldn't have released the photo to, any of the publications without... him signing it, yeah. So they probably just released it on Twitter because at one point, when I looked for it again, I couldn't find it. I had to text CJ.
Same. I couldn't find it.
CJ, and he had it to me in 0.3 seconds.
I couldn't find it either.
I screen recorded.
He had iPads taking videos on his phone,
but. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, because,
I'm super
at one point where he swings, he could have swung and gave somebody a black eye.
That's what I'm saying. Here's your waiver. There's this
it's about a foul ball.
Which way is north? No.
Yeah, but, so, I really hope he wins the Tony.
Well...
If not, he's going home with a decent-sized trophy.
Yeah, he's already a winner.
You're a winner, baby. Yeah, but, and another, I think, just a quick touch on the Tonys because the other big one was The Music Man, right?
Yes,
with Sutton Foster and Hugh Jackman. That was.
Is there a musical that Hugh Jackman is in that doesn't win something?
He's really fucking talented.
Well, he's Hugh Jackman. Now I wonder if he'll be signing up to take over for Jesse Williams. No, that I would
love to see what he wears tights pretty often. I feel, and I've seen his butt.
The Mad Men guy, John Hamm. Yeah.
Oh well, we've seen him in bike shorts. We know what's underneath there.
Oh, that'd be a good one. Can he sing? Or this isn't a? It's a
I don't
play.
care if he can sing, girl.
The show's it's not a musical.
Yeah, it's one of the only like non-musical plays Josh has interest in going to see now.
Yeah, I literally before when I saw it all and I was like, oh, that'd be something. I was like, no musical, just 2.5
sports,
hours.
no thanks. Like,
yeah,
It's not the first time it's happened.
they should have led with the naked shower
Right.
scene.
It's like Smith Jared, like the full frontal male nudity. Yes, all the glitterati are flocking to Brooklyn.
Do you remember when Daniel Radcliffe was in the Equus? And
Yeah, he was
all
naked
of
on a
that-
horse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, like he was apparently supposed to masturbate next to a horse. So that was a little more controversial than a shower scene.
I
but-
guess so.
But yeah, and it's funny because I actually watched that Spring Awakening
Yes.
documentary on HBO Max that CJ had talked about, and I remember listening to Spring Awakening back in my college years and being like, "Oh, I love this musical. It's so dark and moody." But watching the documentary, they brought back the entire cast for the 20th anniversary, and it did produce some bit. I mean, between Leah Michele, Jonathan Groff, Skylar Astin, and there's a fourth pretty big name.
Was it somebody
I
else
can't-
off of Glee?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who else could have been.
I guess maybe
I mean,
maybe not.
I know-
those were the big
Maybe
three.
it was Taylor Swift since she's a doctor now.
oh, maybe.
Yeah.
So you said it's just an honorary doctor?
Yeah. So what Eric's referring to is that.
Well, you guys seem to be struggling with this.
Well, I was just trying to think of the other person.
Well, you were trying to think, but I get what you were getting. You're getting that John McGrath had to pull down his pants.
Yes, and he had to fuck Leah Michele.
Well, you should have led with that.
yeah.
Yeah, and so he literally he's got a photo on his phone of his like naked butt because he had taken out his
Yeah.
pants every night and fuck Leah Michele.
And they were 16 and 17 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah.
Oh, is this when she wanted to date him and she didn't
Yes.
understand why he wouldn't date her?
Yes, and now they're like
Poor Leah.
And now they're
Yes.
best friends, and she admitted that she showed her entire vagina to him just
Yep.
because he wanted to see what it looked like.
Yep,
Interesting. I could have went my whole life without knowing
But
that.
she says she's never seen him naked.
which I would want to
Yeah, no, he's a cutie.
reciprocate. Yeah, absolutely.
I did get to meet the entire cast when it came out. Nobody knew who they were, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And I remember when Glee came out, I was like, oh my God, I've met her. She's kind of a bitch.
Yeah. But what Eric was referring to, I guess this also takes place in New York, if I'm trying to find a odd way to segue, that today at the New York University, I think, was their commencement ceremonies, and the College of Fine Arts at New York University bestowed upon Taylor Swift the honorary doctorate of fine arts. So she was the commencement speaker, and apparently she spoke for 25 minutes, which is a long ass speech if you ask me. For Taylor, I'd rather her was there singing in there? Did she do a performance in between?
It's probably part of a
He would
documentary.
be at graduation. Like, is she even going to sing? If
Yeah,
not, like, can she get off
absolutely.
the stage? Like,
I would have showed up to that commencement ceremony ready to get my Taylor Swift on, and then it's just her talking about her cats and being cringe and
boo.
play your songs.
It's probably another Netflix documentary. That they're gonna do.
Probably.
Joe, I literally but I was so busy today that I didn't even have time to read one of the articles, and I was like, this bitch went to medical school too? Like, where does she find the time?
No, it's an honorary
She's
doctorate.
like, yeah, I had my own anatomy bus that followed me on tour, and I used to go back there, and that's where I did my anatomy.
I mean, one of her cats is named Meredith Grey, so she went to the University of Grey's Anatomy.
And she's like BFFs with Ellen Pompeo, right?
I wouldn't call them BFFs. I mean, she was in her music video.
Yeah, but like, she's one
Taylor
of.
Swift and Ellen Pompeo are BFFs.
Well, they're like.
I said I wouldn't call them BFFs.
I was today years old when
Well,
I
in
met
the
her.
Bad Blood music video,
they have
one of her
each other's back. Yeah.
one of her cats is named Meredith Grey, and the other one's called is Olivia Benson. So in the Bad Blood music video, when she got all of her big famous friends to come be in the music video, she got Mariska Hargitay and Ellen Pompeo to be in the mother figures in the music video.
I thought you were about to be like she had him in cat costumes or something.
No.
And I was gonna die.
No, that
They were
play.
like-
Producing the live Broadway version of Cats.
No,
starring
she's already-
Mariska Hargitay and Ellen Pompeo.
Both Mariska and Mariska were be like, we are the highest paid actresses on television. We're not fucking doing that. No, they were badass, CIA agent, in charge of.
And Taylor's already been in Cats the movie, and that failed
I
miserably.
still kind of want to pop an edible and watch that.
You know what?
Oh my God, you and Lily, you should make a date night out of it.
I did watch it, and it was the biggest train wreck I could ever.
because that was one that they stacked it full of star power, and it just couldn't be saved.
Jennifer Hudson, James Corden.
Who's the beautiful black man?
Idris
Elba.
Oh my God, Idris Elba. Yes.
Dame
Judi Dench. Yeah.
Yeah, it had everyone in it, and they just could not save it.
Rebel Wilson.
I did watch that senior year with her on Netflix.
How was that?
I had some good laughs. Spencer was dying at me laughing at it because there's a lot. Like, if you went to high school between the years of 1998 and 2004, it is in your prime, man. Like,
Okay. It's on my list for this one.
I'm getting the soundtrack for Real World New Orleans. Like, all the songs they play on the episodes, I'm like, oh my God, I completely forgot about this song.
because that also aired. What year did that originally air?
2000.
2000, yeah.
2000. So yeah, it's right in that same.
Like, every song, I'm like, oh my God, I used to love this song. I completely forgot about it.
That was my first spring break in college, 2001. Yeah, we went to New Orleans, and the house was still up. It was under construction. They were definitely tearing it down, but the house was still there, and that was my like jam. That was my
isn't
first.
their house still there? I thought it was like a boutique hotel now.
Oh no, I think they completely tore it down and renovated.
Oh, just put up a new one. Okay, I was confused by that.
Yeah, I found a Spotify playlist one time called TRL, and it was like from 1998 to 2002, and I was like, I listened to it all day long at work. It was like all the TRL hits of that like time zone.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, fuck yeah, I just need Carson here narrating in between, like
all the boy bands,
Britney, the girl. But even then, like there'd be Destiny's Child.
Yep.
There'd be like these random like one hit wonders, or even like not even like a hit. They were just like a minor hit. But I was like, that was my jam. I wish it would have been bigger. Like
JoJo.
Oh, JoJo.
Get out
right now.
I love how you both busted into it right away.
It's not a podcast unless Josh's CJ busts out in a song.
But speaking of New Orleans, so I'm all caught up now. What the fuck is wrong with Julie's crazy ass?
I mean, she's been that way.
All right, so I have not watched any of the new. So talk to me like I'm dumb. Talk to our listeners like
she
they're dumb.
just doesn't understand things. Like, there's a night that they go out and they all go to a drag bar.
Wait, I have a question. So this is currently happening.
Currently,
Yes.
they
So
all live in a house.
Okay, they all went back into the house.
Yes,
Yeah, a different house, but yes.
different house.
And
Everyone.
Julie was Mormon.
Yes.
Julie was Mormon.
She's not anymore.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And then there's Kelly, who's Mrs. Scott Wolf.
Yep.
Melissa.
And
Danny.
she's bisexual or lesbian?
No. Melissa is.
How does she identify?
She is. She's
straight.
She's straight. She's got a husband and 3 daughters.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she
Her
identified.
husband's like I'd say like a C-list musician.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
a
he's in a
studio-
band. He's been in a band for a while. I couldn't tell you his name.
She's like half black, half
Filipino.
Yeah.
I thought she was like bisexual or something, but I could be wrong.
That was Anissa from Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
So there's Danny, who's we all know Danny.
Our first gay crush.
Yeah, first gay crush.
And then we'll talk about that in a second. And then there's David, who has now changed his name to Tokyo because he just identifies with like the Japanese way of writing music, and he's trying to like embrace their culture more. So he changed his name to Tokyo. And then Jamie, who's gotten cuter with age, she's got salt and pepper hair.
Yes.
Sometimes his forehead can be a little big.
But there's some drama coming up with him and Julie that you don't know if they cheat on their spouses. And I'm like,
and then there's Matt, who is also the other.
He was the punk kind of rocker,
but very religious
skater boy.
as
never had
well.
sex, like never drank, never smoked.
Still very religious.
Still very religious. Like there's an upcoming conversation with him and Danny, and like even the producers try to ask him questions during like his interviews and stuff. And he's like, I think we're done with this topic. Like he tells Danny in a clip coming up, like, I just don't understand how God made you. And it's just, they are touching on a lot of topics. They're dealing with like a lot of race issues and stuff because they all go out to the drag show one night and Matt decides to stay back because he doesn't want to go. And then Kelly is working on her book, so she doesn't go. So they all go out, and I guess this is like the 4th time that Julie has drank in her life, and she's throwing shots back like it is nobody's business.
I remember my first time.
Yeah, she's bouncing all over the bar, so it gets to be a bit
And
much.
she's got to be like in her 40s.
Yeah,
they're all my age.
Yeah. So there's a point where they want to leave, and she's not listening, and like literally, it's just been a couple minutes now, and producers are starting to get involved. She's just everywhere. She's falling everywhere. So they try to get her out, and she won't leave. So Tokyo picks her up and like carries her out of the bar, and she goes limp and is trying to put all her body weight on the floor. Doesn't want to leave. Basically, her and Danny want to stay because all these men keep walking up to Danny, telling him like, "I moved to New Orleans because of your love story, and you gave me the courage to come out," and blah 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 blah.
All these men were exactly the way I would be if
So Danny wanted to get some ass, and they're in the house a lot. Like they don't get to go out.
Yeah, and Danny's single.
Yeah. So they ended up getting in the van, and then she falls out of the van when they get home, like kerplunks on the concrete, runs headfirst into a tree, and then the next day, like wakes up and blames Tokyo for grabbing her for all the bruises on her back. And so Melissa's like, "You're not going to be the white woman who walks up in here and is claiming the black man grabbed you and now has left these bruises. You don't understand." Because there's scenes where he's like, "Hey, Julie, will you watch me open this suitcase?" He's like, "I have to live my life a different way."
Yeah.
Like, that's how we all interact. But she has no recollection. She's just like, "That's how you feel. How I feel is you shouldn't put your hands on me, and I don't like to be touched. And I was fine. You keep using this word belligerent." And I'm like, "Girl, you were a hot mess."
Yeah. Even the producers were like, "No, you got to go."
Yeah. Like, it was just too much. She just does not see anything that she does is wrong. And it's just mind-boggling.
It's the whole thing. Like, it's ridiculous. They'll bring something up to her, and she's like, "Well, that's not the way I see it." Mm-hmm. Well, girl.
She's out in the hot tub talking about him, and Kelly and Melissa can hear her, and she's like, "I basically took one for, the team, the whole show, and I got drunk and made an ass of myself so we can have some stories."
Yeah, she's
and like, "We're not here to make TV. We don't care."
Yeah, she's like, "This is boring TV. I'm here to try to, like, make our show interesting."
Because they all do good about it, like 8:30 p.m.
Yeah. She's like, everyone's so old.
It's crazy to me. It is funny though, because Danny talks about like his whole experience and how he was with Paul, and he basically stayed with Paul because he thought this was like a relationship for the world. Like everyone just expected them to be together, and he felt bad letting people down. When Paul walked in on the reunion, I was like, I wouldn't feel bad. Like, he just looks like a straight up pimp.
Yeah, Paul didn't really age well.
No, but I guess Paul did Danny really dirty.
Yeah.
He started a relationship with their best friend, like, behind their back, and Danny didn't find out for, like, months. Oh. And it really messed with him and took away his, like, ability to trust. And
because Danny is raising a daughter.
Yes.
Yeah, from a different
relationship.
What he said is kind of like Paul. He's like, the universe will keep teaching you over and over until you learn.
He did say he has compartmentalized
CPDST.
Yeah.
He talks about that a lot on his Instagram.
Well, then they were talking with Julie, him and Melissa, about the big falling out they all had, because she wrote letters to like universities about them because they were all doing like college tours. And
I remember when that happened.
And
when I was at MSU, we brought in real world cast members all the time.
Yeah, and
talk about women's rights, LGBT rights.
She basically said in the letter that he was like a bad like homosexual and bad influence on kids and shouldn't be doing, like, wrote the letter and like sent it. She wouldn't even take blame for that. Like, it's been 22 years, and she's just like, "I'm sorry," and he's like, "We're not gonna have this discussion like right now. Like, we're gonna go a little bit further."
I've got to watch this.
Yeah,
I love
it's
that cast.
so dramatic,
but it's so good. He talks about like when he was doing photo shoots with Beyonce, and she like,
I saw those photos.
And Venus is like, "I know who you are," and he's like, "Girl, I know who you are."
He really did live like every gay's best life during that time period.
And they were showing clips of when Paul first came to the house, like he was hiding in the bushes. Oh, I think you should watch it. I think you'd get a kick out of it because it was one of the best real world seasons I've ever watched.
One of my favorites. That was
a good one. Changing. I liked Austin a lot.
Yeah,
it was a good one. But give it a shot.
I think for me, because I was that same age and it came on when I was a senior in high school and then in college, like that was what I thought. That's what I wanted anyways. I wanted their relationship. I wanted their life.
Yeah, and that's on Paramount Plus.
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll either steal a login or do a free trial for a month under a fake
I got
email.
you, girl.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to take a really quick break, refill our drinks, and we come back. We'll dive into our next topic. All right. Stay tuned. Hi, we're back. Sorry for that little I'm just really excited to be here.
Oh my God. Real quick, you guys, did you see the greatest new Amber Heard thing? She wore a gray pantsuit that is identical to Dr. Evil from Austin
Yes,
Powers.
I did see that. Yes.
It just made me think because of Josh's high. I was gonna be like, oh, did you just do a little coke bump on the stand? And it made me think of Amber Heard.
I did.
That Amber Turd.
Yeah. I did see the meme too, where like she's like doing all this like really dramatic crying on the stand, and then they show Sandra Bullock and Miss Congeniality where she's practicing like crying. It was spot on the same.
Yeah, that whole trial, like
I can't wait for it to be over because it consumes a lot of my life. Like,
it's gotta be. I feel like it's been going on for weeks.
It's been a while.
It's been going on.
Well, they just started getting to like the James Franco rumors and stuff. So, and Johnny's lawyer is like having none of it. She just thinks Amber is a complete idiot. Like every time she walks up to her, you can tell she just wants to like roll her eyes.
Well, the guy who's doing the Pirates of the Caribbean, isn't he like starting to say like he's not sure if he was going to allow Johnny to come back? Like,
well, like if any, like because the most recent thing Amber Heard was like, yeah, they cut down my screen time in the next Aquaman
2.
because of this. And if I was Johnny Depp, I'd be like, well, they cut me out of a whole Harry Potter movie, bitch. Like I got kicked out of a franchise.
Aquaman 2.
Yeah, I got kicked out of $1 billion franchise. You just in a DC movie. That's not Marvel money. Get out of here. Yeah.
No, but speaking of crazy and crying, so
that's a really good segue for
crazy and crying. So the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion concluded yesterday. It was like the first time I've ever seen Andy Cohen lose his shit. Like he was
not counting New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Well, like, no, this was like a bad, like he was like, shut up, and like his face scrunched all down, and he was in such a good mood, like, you know, because he just had a second baby and everything. You could tell he was trying to be chipper, but there's like one point where they look at him, they're like, Andy needs a shot, and they brought out like glasses of champagne at the end, and he was like, I need a fucking drink, like screw this champagne and stuff. But he lost it because the one housewife, Teresa, she just doesn't see anything, and he's like, we're just on the Teresa go round. Like, do you ever not change your opinion of somebody? Her fiance even like stopped and whispered in her ear, like, you should really be ashamed of the way you're behaving. You're not going to get anywhere right now. And so like, they're all mic'd up.
So it's Julie from New Orleans.
Pretty much. It's just it's so insane to me, like some of these housewives and how they act. And I can see why he finally like snapped. Like on Beverly Hills, they were talking about the girls' robbery. Dorit got robbed, and they're showing all the footage. And the girl Sutton comes over to Kyle Richards' house. Kyle's like distraught and everything and crying, like, I can't believe what happened to Dorit. And Sutton's like, yeah, I've been putting out fires all day too. You know, this menu for this party I'm planning is just so crazy. And she's like, well, I don't think that's like life altering. She's like, well, to me it is.
Oh my God.
Like, it's called empathy.
Yeah. Like, literally, I listened to an interview where Andy talks about like some of his favorite housewives, and you know, it's usually with the ones that have been there for a long time, but he definitely has mentioned in a couple of his books that he cannot stand a couple of the housewives. And I don't know how he would sit there and like do this reunion with everyone screaming. I give him major props, but he finally lost his shit yesterday. I think it's been like 20 years of built up anger.
I love the video that you said. I mean, he just went from zero to hero.
He would like, and it was like the third time during the reunion that he had to tell them to shut up. Like he was screaming at them the whole reunion.
And this is the reunion?
This is the reunion. Yeah. And they just, in Jersey, they just talk over each other. They don't care. They're the one reunion that they have to have security present at because they get in physical fights.
Well, didn't Teresa flip a table?
Yeah, he brought that up to her again yesterday because she did it again this season. She took all the dishes and started throwing them at people.
Get these people anger management.
Did she serve time with her husband?
Yeah, she served time first.
She's okay.
Yeah.
Joe?
She did 11 months, and then her husband Joe did like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, she's because she's been around. She's been one of the longest.
She's been since season 1. Yeah,
right. Because she was on The Apprentice.
Yes, she did The Apprentice as well
with He Who Shall Not Be Named.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, woof. So, and then I did see one, and I have this written down because I wanted to ask you about it. So, the one girl, I want to say, I think it might be Beverly Hills. Is she divorcing the doctor?
Oh, no, it's OC. She's the doctor, and
she's the doctor.
She's divorcing her husband. Like 3 housewife divorces have come out. Like the girl Jen and Ryan.
And that's not the gay husband.
No,
that's Potomac.
Yes, Ashley and Michael are Potomac, and then Jen and Ryan are from OC. They just announced their divorce, and then Lisa and Lenny from Miami just announced their divorce.
I am shocked that there's divorces.
Like three divorces. But yeah, I mean, it's all going down on Bravo.
Man, or on Peacock if you don't have Bravo.
Yeah, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, Peacock and Paramount Plus. We need some money. We keep mentioning your shows,
and they're doing a Real Housewives of Dubai.
Yes, that starts June 1st. I'm so excited.
I think because sometimes
Caroline Stanbury is on it. She used to be on Ladies of London when Bravo did that, but then she moved to Dubai with her husband, and they got divorced.
I wouldn't probably mind watching that one. Just
the Beverly Hills bitches are going to look poor compared to.
But are they still going to be like old white women, or are they going to have?
Oh no, they're from all over the world.
Oh gosh.
Okay. Oh, they're from all over the world.
It's Real Housewives of International. But
RuPaul's
I think they're just holding, like how they all the housewives hold something in the open. I think they're just holding gold blocks.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, yeah, I think you forever ruined my Instagram feed because I've looked up some of this stuff and now I just get all these ads for, like, I was like, why would I want to watch the Real Housewives of Dubai? And then I like got sucked into the trailer and I was like, oh, maybe I do want to watch the Real Wives. Maybe that's where I'll start.
Oh my god, I love this journey for you.
I'll see what the husbands look like.
Yeah.
Josh is like, I'm on season 3 of Beverly Hills Housewives. I'm like,
oh my god, I was just telling Spencer, I was like, I need a TV show that's been on for like a long time so I can just really dive into it. You may have started at oh my gosh, there's probably 1,000 episodes.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm just thinking like Kim Cattrall in Sex and the City movie 2. What was it? That wasn't Dubai.
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi. Okay.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm picturing, but less because Dubai is like lots of money. It's
right.
really
Yeah, that's
built
where the
up.
guys are like, the new Middle East.
It's the new Middle East.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Kim Cattrall, the new Queer as Folk.
Queer as Folk reboot.
Yeah. Yes.
With a southern twist.
Yes, it's
I'm going to totally watch it.
Ari, I was shocked because I didn't know.
I love Juliette Lewis too.
I mean, it also takes place in New Orleans.
It takes place in New Orleans.
Oh, does it? Okay.
And the very first episode, it looks like they have like a Pulse nightclub shooting at Babylon because it's still Babylon.
Oh,
it's Babylon, New Orleans. And then kind of like the
spit my drink out.
and it's kind of like not the fallout from that, but the journey after that and how the community and this and that. It definitely looks way more current.
Any old stars?
I did not see any alumni.
I'm really hoping that Brian and Justin found each other later in life and worked out.
I did not see any alumni in the trailer.
No.
But yeah, Kim Cattrall.
You know that'll be a surprise that they'll drop in.
You know it. Unless they're going to be a recurring
and
guest
don't
star.
let it be like Michael's mom. Like, that is not the guest star I'm looking for.
Oh, I kept thinking, like, Deb would be on.
Yeah, or Ted. I don't need it to be Ted either.
Oh my God, Teddy. Or maybe the lesbian.
Hal Sparks walks in.
Yeah.
Hi, Hal.
All I'm looking for is Brian, really. Like,
what was the baby's name? Brian.
Gus.
Gus. Maybe it'll be Gus.
Gus and Jenny. Oh, maybe it is Gus.
I didn't catch any of their names, but it's a very like.
We're all gonna scream if it's Gus. Like,
yeah,
you heard it here first.
Yeah, there's clearly like a trans character. There's lesbians. There's gays. There's queers. There's a little something for everyone. It looks like.
I'm excited. Yes. Yeah. When does this start?
I think it starts airing on Peacock next month.
Okay.
In June. June Pride.
All right.
Yeah.
Speaking of trans characters, not that Doctor Who just announced that the new Doctor is not trans, but there is a trans character that's going to be on the new Doctor Who. She is from
Josh, you said you were looking for a show that's been on for 20 seasons.
Yeah, 20 seasons. 50. They're about to have their 60th anniversary. But the guy from Sex Education,
the black guy from Sex Education,
the black education, who's
Eric, have you watched Sex Education?
I don't think
because I think you'd really enjoy that. Okay. I think that is one.
What streaming service is this on?
Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been cast as the new Doctor Who, which is interesting because he is gay, and then his companion is trans, and it was just recently in Heartstoppers that was also on Netflix.
Oh. I've heard good things about Heartstoppers.
Yes, it's fantastic.
Yeah, Spencer watched it, and he was trying to make me watch it with him again, and I was like, wow.
It's a really good little feel-good, like, gay romantic.
I'll save it for Pride Month.
Yeah.
So I also started watching The Offer on Paramount Plus, and it's with Miles Teller, and then our girl Keely from Ted Lasso's in it.
Yes.
And it's basically about them trying to be producers in Hollywood, trying to get The Godfather made, the movie. and the mob wouldn't allow the movie to be made, and it's like based on a true story.
Based on a book.
Oh yeah, they're like the author who he turned into writing the screenplay, and I love like mobster and mafia type stuff. Like I love The Sopranos; it's one of my favorite shows ever.
Goodfellas,
Goodfellas, Casino.
Yes.
Like I love The Godfather 1 and The Godfather 2. So it's all about them trying to get it made, and it's so funny, like them using the actors' names and how they all went to this party when everybody was cast, and they all sit at the table. And Alex from Grey's Anatomy plays Marlon Brando in it.
Ooh.
So
that
was really funny, and he does such a good job with like the accent and everything.
I have a hard time picturing that.
Remember he was Massimo in The Wedding Planner?
Yeah, it's really. It was
he
really
could do an
good.
Italian accent really good.
But they like all the actors when they actually sat down at the dinner just started acting like their characters, and they sat at the places in the table.
Who plays Diane Keaton?
It's not really like in the 5th episode they just introduced Diane Keaton, but Al Pacino, it's a young actor, I don't know, but he looks like Al Pacino would look when he was younger.
I like that we're calling her Diane Keaton.
Yeah,
her character name.
It was Kay in the movie, but
I'm more into that coastal grandma Diane Keaton era of life than I am Kay.
It's complicated, or what?
I've actually never seen It's Complicated, and it's the basis of the coastal grandmother, and I know it's on my list. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow.
It's Complicated with
Jack Nicholson, Diane Keaton. I've never seen
No, that's Something's Gotta Give.
Oh, Something's Gotta Give.
Complicated is with Meryl Streep and Alec Baldwin and Steve
It's almost the same story.
Steve Martin.
Oh, I think they came out around the same time, and I just thought they were the same movie.
They're both. I like them both.
I've never seen either one of them.
Oh my god,
watch them both.
I am also excited they're remaking Father of the Bride with Andy Garcia. Speaking of The Godfather, but Andy Garcia is going to be in the new Father of the Bride.
So
that looks
and Gloria Estefan.
And Gloria Estefan.
So it's going to be a remake, right? Not like a
correct.
Okay,
no, it's a twist. Like he's like Andy Garcia, and is the mom? I can't remember. Gloria Estefan. Yeah, they're getting divorced, but their daughter comes home and she proposes to the husband, and it's younger. So it's a remake, but they've changed the story.
But there's no like connection to the original movies.
No.
Yeah, no, I don't think like Steve Martin's going to show up in it or Annie.
Yeah,
if they're like the neighbors or whatever.
But yeah, if you should check out The Offer, it's a really good show. I like it,
and I think they're dropping like episodes weekly or whatever.
It reminds me of like the Hollywood show that was on Ryan Murphy with Netflix.
Because it's got to be set in the 60s.
Yeah,
70s.
it's like that.
Yeah, very cool. And what's that on?
It's on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
It's so hard keeping
second or third
so,
time.
That whole if you get it for the Real World to New Orleans, you'll just have it for
there we
both.
go.
Yeah.
So it's a good. Maybe I'll subscribe to it for like July or something and just get all this done.
Well, let's just throw up another one. HBO Max. I just started The Time Traveler's Wife. That series, which is based on the movie,
which is based on a book.
Right. Lots and lots of nudity. I highly recommend it.
HBO Max is really pushing the envelope with that lately.
All the dick.
Yeah, because
it's Jesse Williams in it.
Right.
They're probably trying to make that play into a movie.
Yeah, they don't have a camera.
Don't let Netflix do it. Remember that game play movie that we all watched together that was so sad?
That's where those two
boys in the band?
Tuck and Andrew Reynolds. That's where they started dating.
That's where their love story was founded. But that was a play.
Shame on you.
Oh, you like that movie?
No, we all thought it was going to be funny. And we're like, this is awful.
Yeah.
It further solidified why I don't go see plays without music.
Right. I would have left this party hours ago.
Exactly.
Sorry, CJ.
No, so this stars, I don't remember his name.
Theo James.
Yes, he was the main guy in the Divergent series.
Yes.
Which I didn't expect him to be as beautiful naked as he is.
He's a handsome fella.
Yes, very much so. And I don't know her. Oh, wait. Yeah, she played, she was in Game of Thrones.
She's Jon Snow's
real wife. Yeah.
You know nothing, Jon Snow? Rose Leslie?
Yes, no, that's
she
his
was
wife in real life.
The wildling. The wildling.
Jon Snow's real life wife.
They just had like their first baby and talked about their sobriety. Yeah.
But
I'm well aware of who she is.
His ass is gorgeous. That's all I have to say.
Because I do enjoy that both the time traveler, like whenever, like they, like, because the movie had Eric Bana and Rachel McAdams. And I love that they were just like, oh, when he time travels, he just shows up naked. I love that they just kept embracing that. I was like, yes.
Yeah. And in this, like, that's a main focus on episode 1.
Because he was just on like one of the talk shows or something, and he's like, I knew it. He's like, and I actually really enjoy being naked. And I was like, well, yeah, if I look like that, I'd enjoy being naked too.
Him and Chris Maloney.
Yeah, works out naked in his window.
Doesn't black out his window. I'm like, where do you live, sir?
And I do have to say, there is a line in it that he he goes, "Oh, look at that guy! I'd have sex with him." Wait, I have, talking about himself, and I'm like, "Oh, I need to know the details on this."
Wait, this one's Googling the video.
No,
Theo James.
Theo James in the show, he has a line. He goes, "Oh, look at that guy! I'd have sex with him." Oh, wait, I already have, talking about himself as a younger person, and I'm like, "Oh,
so basically, it's like he had sex in a mirror."
Yeah, is he talking about masturbation?
Yeah,
or is he talking about like
probably
one night they're like,
it didn't land with me. I'm confused.
Or maybe
I also hate time travel.
Yeah, same. He asked me if I was gonna watch it. I go, I never even seen the movie. No,
Yeah.
it's a no for me, dog.
I the whole
so
time
good.
travel really
I was
confused
shocked neither of you watched The Flight Attendant. Like season 2 is really good.
I watched it.
I literally it was too much for me in the season 1, and
Okay, I don't understand with you in these shows. He's always like, I need something light. Like,
She just reminds
watch
me
the
of
show.
Big Bang Theory.
I also don't love people like who are like sneaking like alcohol bottles on air. I was like, maybe I related a little too much or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like, yeah, Rosie Perez's character and the girl from Girl,
Shoshana?
Shoshana, love Shoshana, and I was like, are you good? Are you bad? I got really confused, and I also hate when I can't tell if someone's alive or dead, or if they're dreaming, or if it's real.
Right.
And I think that, during the terrible years of Grey's Anatomy, when Katherine Heigl was talking to Denny's ghost and it turned out to be a tumor, I've just been like,
Oh my God, now
hardened.
that's all going to start appearing on my TikTok. Thank
I've
you.
just been hardened by that. And so anytime, and like Kaylee Cuoco's character is like talking to the hot naked dead guy, and I can't tell if he's dead, if it's a brain tumor.
In season 2, she talks to herself in like 3 different versions. So.
Oh, I would hate that even more.
Yeah. Okay.
Put that with time travel.
You know what? Then you should just tune into This Is Us. It's about to end. It's like they're starting to kill everybody.
That's another one where I can't tell. Is it present day? Is it past?
There's only 2 episodes, and like it's over. Like everyone said last night's episode.
That was the penultimate. Was last night.
Everybody was crying. So there's
Still
only
never
one more.
watched. Never watched. Never.
If you're
will.
looking for a good cry, that's good. Or Parenthood by Ron Howard. Yep.
Oh, Parenthood.
This would be even worse for you if you couldn't get through Parenthood.
Don't do it.
Not gonna watch it. Seriously, like when that show first came on and like social media every single week was like, I just bawled my eyes out. I'm like, I'm not going to watch this show.
I watched the first season and didn't care to go on.
I just can't with this.
I know. So many people are like, I'm even with Grace and Frankie right now. I have like,
just push through and get it over with.
okay, so I don't want to like. I
hated the way that ended. I hated the way Ozark ended. It was terrible.
See, this doesn't make me want to. Spencer keeps saying, so know what, we watched out and said, this is terrible. I was like, I don't want to watch it. I'm hearing bad things about how it ends, and I just kind of like where it's at. So we ended up watching a documentary about the Boeing planes and how they kept crashing. That's literally what I chose to watch instead of Grace and Frankie. It was really good. I feel much better about flying now, actually.
So you're not going to watch This Is Us because of the crying or dramatic things, but you're going to watch about planes crashing.
I also watched the 3 Mile Island nuclear plant explosion.
Okay, on that note,
we got to take a quick break. I'm not going to say bye.
This is us. Yeah.
Yep, we'll be right back. And we're back. And I think either 2 episodes ago, we reported that Courtney and Travis Barker got married. And then the episode after that, we reported that they weren't married. And now this episode, we are saying they are married.
Congratulations. On their engagement episode on the Kardashians. We did talk about that. But yes, they are legally married now.
Yes. So
they went a quick little Santa Barbara wedding so they can do their later wedding like everyone's doing now in Italy. But you have to get married here first.
So
congrats.
Next season, we'll talk about that wedding.
Or divorce, who knows? Congrats, Travis.
it could be a long summer.
It is a Kardashian, so you don't know. This is her first marriage, and she's 42.
She'll have a baby.
This is her first marriage.
Yeah, she's never been married.
Good for her. She's got, 3 more in her, I'm sure.
They're trying for a baby. He's got 3 kids. She's got 3 kids.
And they both have a lot of money, so I'm sure it'll work.
Yeah. Mazel tov.
Oh my gosh. Well, so stay tuned on what happens there next. We don't have any Kanye news, which is surprising. He must be laying low. Yeah, we don't.
A reunion I was happy to see. So you guys, have you ever seen the movie I Am Sam?
Yes.
So Michelle Pfeiffer is on the First Lady show on Showtime, and Dakota Fanning plays her daughter Susan.
Oh.
And it was the first time they've worked together since I Am Sam, and they like gave this interview. It was really good. I really, really enjoy that show. I know you guys are waiting to binge it.
Yeah.
But it's given me a whole new respect for like Betty Ford and like everything she went through with, she had breast cancer, and they were talking about how she shouldn't release the statement and put like a mastectomy and everything out there to the public. She's like, it's my journey, publish it. And they do, and all the women are standing outside the hospital and just what she did. And I'm just learning so much about like the Nixon stuff, like what happened and how he pardoned him, and everyone was so outraged. And
yeah. And I've heard a lot. There's been quite a few like negative critiques of the show, but I've heard like a really big shining spot is Michelle Pfeiffer.
She is, because I am not crazy about Viola Davis's portrayal of Michelle Obama.
I heard great things.
Oh, really? I heard she's getting panned.
Really?
Yeah, I don't love it. I don't love it.
No one's liking it, and I think it's too soon.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah. She like purses her lips a lot, and I'm just like,
lips are
you're trying too hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to do someone who's so fresh and currently in our minds.
Well, the actor who plays Obama could get it, because he is cute.
Speaking of not realistic.
And your girl
wait, you don't think Barack's kind of handsome?
I mean, not to this extent that everyone's saying about this guy.
And what's the Gillian Anderson? She's doing a great job playing Eleanor Roosevelt. She's starting to play with her lesbian emotions on the show.
She is a character actress.
Yeah.
And she's amazing.
Yeah, she's played every type of this today, yesterday.
Yeah, the Iron Lady.
The Iron Lady.
Iron Lady, and she was she's in Sex
Scully.
Education.
Yeah.
She's Scully. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy for her.
She played Media and American Gods, if you watched that.
No.
She was fantastic in it.
I mean, I hope they keep this series going, and I just wonder what First Ladies they're going to do next.
Well, Hillary.
That's felt like
I forgot about the Hillary.
So I don't know who all the first wives are in this.
Jackie O.
Yeah, Jackie O.
Jackie O, that's going to be a good one. Lady Bird Johnson, they could do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dolly. Dolly Madison.
God. They could really go
Abigail
back.
Adams.
Abigail Adams.
They could do some stuff.
Who?
Martha
Lincoln?
Washington. Mary Todd Lincoln.
All the way back.
Francis Foslam. Like, there's a ton.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So I was wrong.
So you think they're going to do Melania? That was my thing. Do you think they're going to like do Melania?
What was her name? Rosalind Carter? Is that her name? Jimmy Carter's wife?
Sounds right.
Yeah.
I mean, we had some characters.
Apparently there were 45 actresses, so they might be able to pull some out of the hat.
Barbara Bush.
Oh, Barbara Bush, Laura Bush.
Laura Bush. There's been a few.
Who was the help I've fallen and I can't get up?
Taft?
No, wasn't that like Reagan or...
Nancy Reagan. Nancy Reagan would be a good one. Nancy Reagan would be a real good one.
Okay, so 4 more seasons.
Yeah.
Well, we have 46 presidents, so there's 46 first ladies. So, right? They've all been married, haven't they?
There's been a couple
those weird ones in the 1800s.
Been like 5 that haven't been married or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Did Teddy Roosevelt have a wife?
They were the gay ones. It's fine.
I don't know if Teddy did.
Clearly, FDR did.
Well, yeah, but Eleanor was like his cousin too, so she was like Teddy's niece, but Teddy and Franklin's father, like it's all.
And is there Mamie Eisenhower? She was one. Oh, who was married to Nixon?
Pat Nixon.
Patty.
Pat the dog. No.
Well, you know what? We could really use. Well, I mean, you couldn't call it first ladies if we had, Mayor Pete become president, because then we'd have Chasten. We'd have a first gentleman.
First gentleman.
But until then, we'll just have to settle for the new Rom Com Bros.
Bros before hoes.
So
wow, your voice was so deep in that.
I mean, I'm just making it known that we're bros. No.
It's no homo.
Yeah.
Let's just take our clothes off and hang out like bros.
Want to wrestle?
Yeah.
Stop! You guys are turning me off.
For those of you who are listening to the podcast, you immediately should go to YouTube. YouTube or wherever you watch movie trailers, and watch the new movie trailer for. It's called Bros, and it's coming to theaters in September, and it's written by Billy Eichner,
starring Billy Eichner,
directed by
Billy Eichner. You're pretty much.
It's something Nicholas Stroller, who also co-wrote it with Billy. So it's like and Billy's big thing that was very much his like, I want all LGBTQ actors. They're even playing the straight people.
Yes.
Like our guy from Scandal is playing like his straight brother.
What guy from Scandal?
Guillermo.
Guillermo del Toro.
Oh yeah.
I forgot. He was crazy in Scandal.
Huck.
Thank you.
Yeah. He was also on Weeds.
Oh, was he? I never watched.
Yeah, he was on Weeds.
But yeah, so it's a story of a gay rom com, and this Billy Eichner hosts a podcast, and this movie studio comes to him, and they want him to write a movie script for a rom com for gays, but they want him to aim it at the straight audience, and it's essentially what this movie is, I guess. I don't know, but. It stars Luke Macfarlane, who we know from Brothers and Sisters, and from every other Hallmark movie, and it just looks freaking hilarious
and true to life.
True.
Some of the one-liners that were coming on the movie, I go, this better not be one of those movies where they're showing all the funny parts right now, because I was cracking up at some of the one-liners.
My God. Anyone who's dated in the gay community is going to relate 110% to this movie.
Yeah.
So we are definitely going to plan a movie night out. We're going to drag Eric to the movie theater.
Oh, we're renting the movie theater. We're throwing like a disco after.
I love this.
You're gonna have a kiki during the movie.
Oh my gosh. So it looks super funny, and love that they're billing this as like one of the first major gay rom-coms at a major movie studio.
I think it's gonna push the whole little Fire Island movie to the side.
Oh, right.
Well, I really haven't heard anything about it. So
that's coming directly to Hulu. Like, this is getting a theatrical release.
Will there be a red carpet?
I better fucking be so. We should go out there. We should fly out to LA. Just crash there. We're from the Gayest podcast ever. We're probably on your list. Just
Billy, can you hear me?
We're Billy on the street, because that was his thing. That's how Billy got started, right? Mm-hmm. Well, yelling at people.
I think he was an extra on like a late night show, and then got Billy on the Street, which was a YouTube internet show, and then it got picked up by I can't remember what,
because he had that show on Hulu, like Stranger People, with that other girl, and I tried a couple episodes. It wasn't for me, but it's
shocking.
He was also in Friends from College. He played I want to say Doogie Howser's not Doogie Howser. It's the other
Fred Savage.
Fred Savage, his boyfriend.
Oh,
Fred Savage just got in some trouble.
Well, really?
He was like a producer on the Wonder Years, the reboot, and they kicked him right off.
Well, I would get in some trouble with Fred Savage and Ben Savage, but
this
really the look on Josh's
face. You don't think Fred Savage is cute?
No, I don't.
Get away from me! My dog is named after Winnie from the Wonder Years. Come on.
I A, hated the Wonder Years, and B, don't think either of the Savage
you
brothers.
You just couldn't get into it, could you? There were
only
5 shows on.
I love Fred Savage.
What?
You're ridiculous right now.
He was also a crush of mine when I was growing up.
Yeah. Did you see the made-for-TV movie with Candace Cameron Bure where he abused her?
You know what? Now that I've heard of things come out of Candace Cameron Bure's mouth, I think maybe he had a point.
He was throwing her a bone, too.
I'm sorry.
I am deceased.
I was like, you know what? Call off the search party for Stacy.
Yeah. She tried to be our friend on Fuller House, having a couple gay characters or gay themes.
Eric's like, no one would tell. Eric's like, I won't tell.
I won't tell. Don't you worry, Bobby.
I'm dying. Oh my God. Yeah, she left Hallmark because Hallmark's getting too woke.
Yeah.
Disney's going,
and this is exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm like, she is.
I'm waiting for her and Kirk to start their own channel.
You know, that was something I would never hear. Hallmark is getting woke.
Yeah, Hallmark's getting too woke.
Lifetime's getting woke. Like,
I swear to God, they signed Jonathan Bennett, our mean girl. They signed him to a multi-picture deal at Hallmark. Only doing like gay characters, and so like that was huge for Hallmark, and they're really trying to push to make sure they have more people of color, more LGBTQ storylines, not just like the side characters but main characters. And so literally it came out that Candace, first your little Winnie, Danica McKellar, she left for, it's called GAC, Great American Country, and so she left first. And then now,
Did she leave because of that?
yeah.
Are we sure it's just not MAGA?
Winnie Cooper.
Yeah, her and Candace Cameron Bure are over there waving the little mega
90s
flags.
kids just have no backbone.
So these far right
Yeah.
conservatives are
So
losing their shit.
Great American Country is now trying to compete exclusively with, I mean, Lifetime was trying
Don't
to
worry,
but-
Aunt Becky needs a job. Nobody will give Aunt Becky a job.
It's going to be called Make
And if
America
Stephanie
Great
from
Again
Full
Country.
House starts getting all political, I mean, like, weren't you like a heroin addict?
Yeah,
Isn't
oh,
this
well,
your
just throw
fourth
those
marriage?
drugs. Just have her come back.
Like,
Stephanie Tanner basically is a lesbian.
this is your fourth marriage. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
God bless the Olsen twins.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Only Olsen I want to talk about is Elizabeth. She's the only one that matters.
Yeah,
I don't
she
know.
literally.
Eric Olsen's pretty hot.
Oh, is he related to them?
He's been in a couple movies.
Is he family? Because I feel like that would just have to be.
No, I mean,
because Elizabeth Olsen literally in her new movie like killed off everyone, and the gays are still like, "We love you."
Yes, the gays are like, it
Kill
was
us.
deserved.
Kill us, sex.
Slay me, bitch, slay.
Yes. Yeah.
well, it's a good thing I don't watch, too much Lifetime or Hallmark. I'm getting that on a T-shirt for Christmas. My sweater's gonna say Hallmark. It's woke.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a picture of two gay guys holding hands on the back.
I'm telling you, all these far right conservatives are running out of ways to watch entertainment.
Either that, it's gonna be Fred Savage and his gay boyfriend from Friends at College, Barry and Candace Cameron Bure.
They can't go to Disney World
I
anymore.
recently like downloaded the Facebook app back to my phone because it was easier to like navigate some events and stuff like that. And I was just scrolling through the other day and a Costco ad popped up, and the only comment I saw was Costco is woke. I won't be shopping there anymore. And I was like, when did like this become such a big thing? Like, I don't even know. I don't have time in this podcast to tackle it, but
yeah, don't worry, because they're coming for our rights soon.
Yeah.
So
it said the fascist company made
Speaking
me
of
and my
times-
children wear masks at the height of the pandemic. He literally said at the height of the pandemic.
Speaking of time travel, can we go back to the year where everyone loved and supported us?
They don't have groceries at Dick's Sporting Goods. Good luck getting your double pack of toilet paper,
I just can't.
your meatballs.
Pride Month, everyone's gonna be out with their pitchforks
Yeah.
looking for us.
Yeah. Yeah. No, not enough hours in the day. But, and I was like, the other thing, I was like, so what's the opposite of woke? Asleep? Like, so you're happy with the people who are asleep? Like, I don't get this. I just don't understand.
Wake me up when it's over.
Wake me up when September comes.
I was gonna say when May ends because it's gonna be Pride Month, y'all.
Yes.
Hide your daughters, hide your sons.
Don't go to Target.
Target is woke.
Yeah, that first aisle when you go in that dollar bin, it's going to be all pride flags and rainbows.
Oh my god, CJ was over last week and I was just like cleaning out the drawer in the pool room and I go, how many pride flags do we have? There were like 7 and CJ's like, you can hang one on each panel. And I was like, that's a little much.
I think you need them now. You have that cult going on across the street at your house.
Oh my god, I can't with you.
So
my gosh.
Eric really does have like this cult like church thing in the front yard. across the
Eric's
street from
block
his
is
house.
woke.
I went to the park the other day and I'm like, who's this bitch in my parking spot?
That's what Josh, I'm woke, bro.
Oh my god.
Gay conversion.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, no. Spencer literally, remember last year we put out 2 little pride flags for the month of June, and it was literally July 1st, and he took them out and he put in American flags. But what are you doing? He's like, Pride Month's over. I was like, we're still gay. Like, what? He's like, 4th of July's coming next. He's like, we're gay, but we also like,
We're American.
appearances matter. And I was like, I can't with you. Get out of
Listen,
here.
If I could be gay and have an abortion at the same time, I would right now. Just get them all.
Just to prove a point.
Yeah.
Don't tell Candace.
This is the wokest podcast ever.
Yeah.
Well, I think, boys, that is time. We probably went over time, but it was just so... I haven't laughed like that in a while. I needed that today on this dreary day. So thank you for spilling the tea and having a couple sips with me. And
We have one new block on our podcast, and it is Miss Candace Burgess.
Oh my gosh, we blocked by Candace Cameron Bure? Oh.
Yeah. Also a cease and desist.
You're joking, but it would happen.
So if you're a really woke lawyer, we need representation.
Right.
Please reach out to us.
That's why I said change your voice. I'm woke, bro.
we can get the Disney Plus lawyer, who's She-Hulk. She's woke too.
So yes, thank you guys so much for listening. The best way to say that you love us is to rate, review, subscribe, share with a friend, share with a family member, and we're gonna be taking a little break for the summer. And when we come back in the fall, we'll be ready to go. We'll catch you up on everyone who's had a baby, who's gotten divorced, who's
canceled, who's renewed,
who's woken, who's asleep. So stay tuned, and we cannot wait. We love you guys so much, and we'll see you next year. Until then, bye.